Hi everyone. Yesterday we have started our last class we have started our second chapter of commerce. Today we are going to continue with the same chapter, and today's our topic is what is commerce. So today's our topic is what is commerce. So yesterday we have already discussed many types of industries. What industries will do? Industries will manufacture the goods or produce the goods, and after production of the goods, what we have to do? What the manufacturing companies or industries will do? Manufacturing companies and industries will distribute the goods to the customers. Will sell the goods in the market. Yes or no? Yes. Here the commerce. The duty of the commerce, okay, the why the commerce is arrived. So whatever the production and whatever the manufacturing happen in the industries, these goods and services will be taken near to the customers. And here the main duty, the main commerce, the main point why the commerce is arrived is here. Production will happen at one place and consumer will be in another place, and this commerce will bring these two persons in in one line. Okay, for suppose production is happened in a place A. For suppose production happened in Hyderabad. Production is happened in Hyderabad, but he want Bangalore, the person in Bangalore want the good. So how it could happen? In earlier days there is no means of transport. Okay, if anything we have to buy anything from Bangalore, there is no commerce at that time. So we have to go to Bangalore and we have to buy it and we have to come back. But now not like that. We have many transport agencies. Yes or no? We can buy it online and they will deliver the goods directly. Earlier it was not like that. Yes or no? If we want to buy anything, we have to go that place only. But this commerce, the main goal of commerce is bringing buyer and customer into one line. Got it? The main goal of this commerce is bringing the buyer and seller into one line. Okay, so this fellow commerce helps buyers and sellers to meet in a line. Okay, they bring the goods to the customer. Okay, A is the producer and B is the consumer. A is a producer and B is buyer. So commerce helps to bring the goods near to the customer. Got it? It helps to bring near to the customers. Okay. Next one. In other words, it supplies goods to ultimate customer. We can write this, Nana. It supplies goods to ultimate customer. It supplies goods to ultimate customers. It means what, Nana? Commerce. In simple words, you can write commerce. In other words, it helps to supply the goods to ultimate consumer or customer or buyer. Okay, now we'll see. If you want to write a definition, you can write, Nana. You can write a definition of commerce. Write down. The sum total of those processes. The sum total of those processes which are engaged in removal of obstacles of person, comma, place and time in exchange of commodities. Removal of obstacles of persons, place and time in the exchange of commodities. This is a definition for commerce, Nana. So now we'll see. So what commerce is doing? It is bringing buyer and seller into one line, and it helps to bring the goods from the producer to customer. Okay, it makes buyer and seller into one line. Okay, this is commerce, Nana. Now next one, importance of commerce. 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 First one, consumer tries to satisfy increasing human wants. So here human wants are very unlimited in nature. Okay, importance of human wants are unlimited. Importance of commerce. That first one, human wants are unlimited. So here human beings wants are very unlimited in nature. So this commerce helps the customer. Commerce makes customer close to the wants. For suppose if we need anything, apples, if we want apple, but we don't grow apples here, apples don't grow in our place also. So from where we'll get apples from Kashmir, but we are sitting in Hyderabad and we are eating apples. How what is the how it happens? Why? Because the commerce is doing all these things. So commerce means by means of transport, they are bringing from the producer, the person who cultivates the apples, he brings the apples from Jammu to Hyderabad and we will buy in Hyderabad. So this is it's a part. Now we can import of goods. For suppose if you want any good which is not existing in India, we can import the goods also. For suppose if I am in Sri Lanka, I want some goods from India, I can import from Sri Lanka to Sri Lanka. I am Indian, I want something goods, it's a new car which is not existing in India, I can import from USA. So this commerce made world into a single village. Okay, this commerce made world a single village. Okay, you can buy anything from the world. Okay, and by sitting at home you can buy anything in this world. Okay, next point, increase in living standard. Increase in living standard means, it is simple concept, Nana. If people are having good quality of food and are enjoying good quality of commodities, good quality goods, that is rise in living standards. Due to this commerce, the people are able to get good enough and good quality goods by sitting at home. Yes or no? So by this, so automatically people will have some qualitative food, qualitative commodities. If the people are having good quality of products, enjoying good quality of products, then it is said to be the standard of living is increasing. So this commerce is making all these qualitative and variety different types of goods near to the customers. So automatically the standard of living will increase. Yes or no? Next one, commerce links commerce links producer and customer. So already we have discussed the main importance of commerce is bringing buyer and producer near. Okay, this fellow act as a middleman. For suppose A is a producer and B wants to buy something, he helps this C. For suppose C is commerce, this bring A and B to one place. Okay, commerce acts as a link between producer and buyer. Okay. For suppose if you want to buy something from USA, what is used? Commerce. So how the commerce is helping, sir? By means of transport we are able to get goods from USA. Okay, and next one, commerce generates employment opportunities. Commerce generates employment. Commerce generate employment. Commerce generate employment means, so due to this commerce there are many industries have developed. So like transportation. Do you know transportation? We want to get some goods from Bangalore. What means you use? We use vehicles. Okay, that is transport. So due to this we need drivers. For suppose we need truck drivers and we need some labor to load and unload. Okay, and we need there are warehouses also. So in warehouse many people are working, and insurance companies. So due to this commerce there are many there is a good number of employment is generating. So commerce, the importance of it generates employment in the society. And next one, commerce increase national income. So here earlier in any country the people used to have produce their goods and finish it in their own country only. They used to consume in their country only, but it is not like that now. Now we are able to export the surplus goods which are in our country. Earlier we don't have such opportunity. So now we are able to sell the goods to other countries also. Selling the goods to other countries is called as export. Okay, now we are able to export the goods, the surplus goods, the what is that, excess goods which we have in India, we are able to export now to other countries. Sir, by exporting the goods, what you will get, sir? Foreign currency. So this helps to increase our national income. Oh, okay. If you are exporting the goods to foreign, they will give us money. What money it is? Foreign currency. So it helps us to increase national income. Okay. And next point is commerce helps in expansion of aids to trade. Expansion of aids to trade. Aids to trade. Aids to trade is nothing but which helps trade to happen. Sir, what helps to trade to happen? First, suppose I ordered a good from Delhi. The good has to come here, na? So what means I use? Transport. Okay, and there are some more facilities also. There's some ones also. Insurance. Insurance in commerce. For suppose, 1 second, Nana. If you want to, if any goods we ordered from Delhi, the truck will be, the stock in the truck will be insured. That is, what is that? Transit insurance. Transit insurance means if anything bad happen in the middle of the transit. Transit means, for suppose Delhi to India, Delhi to not India, Delhi to Hyderabad. So here the goods started, the truck started, and it will end in Hyderabad. So the whole journey from Delhi to Hyderabad is transit. So if anything happen in the middle of the transit, the insurance will be covered if you are insured. That is transit insurance. Sir, warehousing, sir. Sir, what is warehousing? Warehousing means now we have produced the goods, but that good is not in, we can't use that good now. There is no use of that good now. So what you will do? Will you throw it? No, we have to preserve. So for preserving these goods, what you have to do? You have to, you have some means to preserve. So these warehouses helps us okay. So we need warehousing. So in warehousing, we need warehousing. In warehousing, what we will do? We have a good now. We have a good now. So we have produced the good already, but the good is not ready for use now, or we don't have any use. We can't use it now. So, but we can use it in the future. So what you have to do? You have to preserve that good. So this warehouses help to preserve the good, and we can make use of it in the future. Okay, for future use. Okay, preserving the goods for future use. And what are the banking sector? If any business needs loans, if any business needs loans, what do you want? You want money. So banking sector will provide you loans. So this helps to businessmen to relieve, get relief from the financial problem. Okay. So due to this commerce, insurance company has been developed, and there was generation of much employment from the insurance companies, and banking company also is also developed, and one more thing, warehousing. So all these developed and came into existence mainly because of commerce. Okay, and due to this there was a lot of generation of employment in the society. Okay, banking sector, there are many people working in banking sector, and this banking sector give loans to businessmen. So businessmen nothing but here commerce, no? The people who is doing trade are called businessmen. They provide loans to businessmen, and these businessmen will pay the loans with interest. So win-win policy. Okay, both business and banks are also developed. Now insurance, so insurance companies has been developed, and warehousing, that one also came into existence, and it have much demand now these days. Okay, and next one, and next concept is commerce encourages international trade. Commerce encourages increase in national income, increase in national income. And next one, commerce encourages international so commerce encourages international. That means the people, any good in India having more than we require. That means excess goods in India can be exported. So I already said by exporting these surplus goods, we can get foreign currency. Okay, thus commerce ensures faster. So commerce helps to develop the economy. It helps in faster development of the economy. Okay, through foreign research. So how you get the foreign business? By exporting goods to foreign countries, you get the foreign business. So this commerce helps to increase the foreign currency. Next point. Benefits. Commerce benefits underdeveloped countries. Underdeveloped countries. So commerce helps to benefits underdeveloped countries. So due to this commerce, we can import the labor, import the machinery. So why you will import the labor? So the work we can't do in our country. There is no efficient labor in our country. If there is no efficient employee in the country, through commerce we can import the labor, or if we don't have good enough machinery in India, we can import the machinery, and we can also produce the goods by importing the machinery. So automatically if we can import skilled labor and we can import new technologies and we can bring good machinery from foreign countries, we can produce more number of goods, we can produce new types of goods. Okay, so this helps to benefit the underdeveloped countries. Okay, and last one, commerce helps during the emergencies. Sir, what is emergencies? So emergencies like floods, earthquakes, and if any natural resources happen, this commerce helps the society in the by the means of transport. Will transport goods from one area to another area by means of transport. So this commerce helps in if any natural calamities or if any emergency happened in the country. So these are the importance of commerce. First one, human wants are unlimited. So here the commerce brings the buyer and seller into one rope, brings the buyer and seller near, brings the buyer and seller close. Okay, and it acts as link between buyer and seller. Next one, rise in the living standards. Due to this commerce, the many qualitative goods are available to the customer. If the customer is having more quality of goods or more number of quality of goods, it's automatically said as the standard of living of the people is rising. Okay, due to this availability of commerce, the society is able to get good number of qualitative goods. Okay, and next one, commerce will act as a link between producer and customer. Yes, the main goal of commerce is that. Next one, it creates employment. Yes or no? Due to this commerce, the many people are working. So businessmen, labor, and the transport companies, in the insurance companies, in the banking sector, there are many people. Due to this commerce, there is much increase in the employment. And next one, employ expansion to aids to trade. Aids to trade means the anything which helps for doing trade, helps to doing trade, that is expansion of aids to trade. What are the things that helps to help for doing trade, Nana? So can I say transport? Without transport, how you can sell the goods from Delhi to Hyderabad, the customer in Hyderabad? No, it happens only if you have transport facilities. Next one, insurance companies. Okay, every company will be insured. Why? Because if any risk happen, it's a big there would be a big loss for them. That's why they will have insurance. Okay, and next one, warehousing. We have goods now, but there is we can't use it now. Sorry, if you can't use now, what you will do? We'll use in the future. So up to future, how you will protect it, how you will preserve it in warehouses. So automatically the demand for warehouses also improved. Okay, next one, increase in national income. So if more number of goods are produced and more business is happening, automatically the national income will be increased. And due to this foreign reserves also increasing. Okay, now due to this, how the foreign income will be increased? Not due to this commerce, due to what is that? Exports. Exports means selling goods to other countries, selling surplus goods in India to another countries is export. By exporting these goods to another country, we are getting foreign currency. If you can get foreign currency, automatically there will be increase in the economy. Next one, it benefits underdeveloped countries. Already we have discussed, and encourages international trade. Okay, these are the points which covered under importance of commerce. Okay, got it? Next, I will rub it now.